Alright, so the next transaction is a sales transaction. We are selling two laptops for rupees 12,000 to a buyer called Ultra Technologies, which is located in the same state as the seller. So in this transaction, CGST and SGST would be applicable. So you can see the calculation over here, and we have some additional information. So the information is that we need the invoice number to be in the following format. By default, the invoice number begins with the number 1, 2, 3 and so on. But we can specify our own format. So here the format is something like the invoice number is prefixed with the letters MS, which stands for Max Solutions, and the invoice number begins with the number 101, and then it is suffixed by the financial year 2019 and 2020. So we need to modify the sales voucher so that it can include the given invoice number. So how do we do that? I will show you in the same example. So now let's record the given transaction. So before recording the sales voucher, we need to modify the sales voucher so that it can include the invoice number according to our format. So to modify voucher, you need to select the option accounts info, then select the option voucher types and select the option alter over here, and select the voucher that you want to modify. So I want to modify the sales voucher, so I will search it and select it. Navigate to the field method of voucher numbering. In this field you need to specify one of the numbering methods. So the method automatic will increase the invoice number in serial order. In case if your invoice number begins with the number 101, the next invoice would be 102 and followed by 103, 104 and so on. And the method automatic with manual override will increment the invoice number in serial order, but it will also let you modify the invoice number according to your needs. So in between the series, if you wish to enter a different invoice number, then you can do it with the method automatic manual override. So once you specify the given number, the series would be continued from that number. For example, if I have a series which begins with number 1, 2, 3 and so on, and I recorded invoices up to the number 10, and after that if I specify the invoice number as 20, then the invoice number would be continued from the number 21, 22 and so on. So this is how automatic manual override works. And with the method manual, you need to enter the invoice number every time you record a sales entry. But I would suggest you to select either of these methods. So either go with the method automatic or go with automatic with manual override. For this example, I would select the option as automatic and change the option use advanced configuration to yes and press enter. So over here we can specify the format of our invoice. So I want my invoice to begin with the number 101 and press enter. And in the field width of numerical part, you can specify the size of your number. So for example, if I specify the width as 5 and if I set the option pre-fill with 0 to yes, then the invoice number would begin with the number 101, which is a 3-digit number. But since I specified the width of the numerical part as 5, my invoice number would look something like 00101, which is a 5-digit number. And since the invoice number begins with 101, the rest of the digits would be filled with 0. So this is how width of numerical part and pre-fill with 0 option works. And for this example, I don't want to specify any width of numerical part and I don't want it to pre-fill with 0. Now in the field restart numbering, you need to specify a series which should be applicable from the given date. So I want my series to be effective from 1st of June 2019. and I want it to begin with the number 101, and I want this series to be continued up to 1 year. Now in the next line you can specify another series and its applicability. So I want this new series to begin at the beginning of new financial year, and it should begin with the number 101, and it should continue up to 1 year. So notice that the first series would be applicable from the month of June, but from the next year onwards I want the series to begin from the new financial year itself. So I am specifying that information here itself. So you can keep specifying the restart numbering series, and after you specify this information, press the enter key and specify the prefix details. So I want the prefix details to be applicable from 1st of June again in the year 2019. I want to prefix my invoice with the following letters, and I will press the enter key. So in the second line you can specify new prefix details, but I want to continue with the same prefix details in the upcoming financial year. So I won't specify new prefix details over here, and then I will go on to specify the suffix details. So I want the suffix to be applicable from the 1st of June 2019, and the suffix should contain the financial year information, and from 1st April 2020 onwards the suffix should change to the new financial year information like this. So I have entered all the required details, and I will press Ctrl A to save those details, and press Ctrl A again